Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, men, the gods of earth. It's your girl D here with 8th house energy, here to bring you your reading for the month of June. I hope all is. Oops. Sorry about that. I hope all is well with everybody. Thank you so much for coming to check out the video. Checking out the channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when I post. This is going to be a general reading. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. Again, this is for the gods of earth. The Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn masculine energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn men. General reading for the month of June 2022. If you need a personal, my information is in the box below, but please support the channel by clicking the like button, hit the notification bell, that way you'll know when I post. And then also, make sure you hit that like button. Get the algorithms going so we can get the energy out there for those who need to hear the message. Alright. What's going on with everybody? It's a beautiful, what is today? Monday morning? Tuesday morning. Beautiful Tuesday morning. I'm over here on the east side of the situation of the United States, the East Coast. I'm not sure where you at, but shout out to you wherever you are. Alright, we're going to do 3 columns. The first column, this column here, we're going to have 3 cards, 3 cards, and 3 cards. So this first column represents what's going on in your personal life, your personal world. Alright, this may be something that you're pondering over that maybe nobody knows about, or, you know, maybe you've confided in someone about the situation, but it's something going on personally. And then the middle column represents your career, money, and finance. The column over here, this represents your love life, your family life, your social life. Alright, so we got 3 columns and then we have 3 rows. So the top row represents the current situation in each of those areas. The middle row represents the challenge that you may experience or be experiencing in that area. And the bottom row here that I'm putting out represents a possible solution to the challenge. Alright, so we're going to get more clarifiers out. Just so you know, I'm not using a whole lot of tarot. I like to use different types of decks, different forms of divination decks besides traditional tarot. So I may use it to clarify, but it won't be a whole lot of tarot here. Just want to let you know. So for those of you who are wondering, do things a little different around her. Alright, so with that being said, let's get going. So let's talk about what's going on in your private world. So the card that is the current situation in your private world, this is the card called the Master. This is a major arcana for this deck, and this is Saturn energy. That's the symbol for Saturn, and Saturn is ruled by, this is Capricorn energy. That's the symbol for Capricorn, and then Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and here's the Saturn symbol down here. Alright, so this is the Capricorn energy. Okay, so this is talking about the master. So we know Capricorn is the master, right? Because Capricorn studies. All right, Capricorn is also a very spiritual energy. A lot of people don't realize that, but it definitely is. All right, so this is you being the master. We have the card here, which is representing your challenge in this situation, which is being grateful. And then in order to resolve the challenge you have of being grateful, you're going to tap into the numinous energy. And we'll get into what that means. But let's get the definition of this master card here. Let's see what page this is on here. So this is page 33. So I'm still getting to know this deck. This is an astrology deck. It's called the Symbolin. The Symbolin deck. Alright, so 33. I don't know. I'll be feeling some sort of way about telling people what decks I use. Because everybody uses the same decks. And I just don't like seeing that. So I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I just be trying to use different stuff that other people don't use. I hate seeing the same cards over and over again, the same decks over. That's just me personally, you know. But at any rate, so we got the master energy. So be careful, be patient with me while I read this because you know I can read. I got a master's degree, but the writing is very small, and I got my goggles on. So just bear with me while I read this. So try to decipher what it's saying here. So this card represents legitimacy, responsibility. It represents hate. It represents the old man. It represents death. The merciless taskmaster. So it says, you have become hard. You retreated into a shell where no one can communicate with you or reach your inner soul. It is as if you have withdrawn to a fortress of loneliness high in the mountains. The fortress is part of you. Take a close look at take a close look and try to accept responsibility for having built it. All right, so some of you could be, and I'm guilty of this. You separate yourself from people because you're on your mission. But then you may look around like, okay, there's nobody around. And it's like, okay, well, you're the reason why nobody's around, right? So the challenge is you're not grateful for the solitude, or you're not grateful for this. I feel like this is more so somebody is got some blessings, okay, and so as a result, you may have separated yourself and grind, because that's the Capricorn energy. You grind for your success. So now you have it, and unfortunately, there's nobody around. You see the crown in the background? Heavy is the head of the man or the woman who wears the crown, right? So you've been studying, you've been on your grind, you've been doing whatever you've been doing, you isolated yourself from people, and you focused. And so that's one of the characteristics of Capricorn. Is like when you're focused, you are focused. Like if you say focus, the first sign I think of is Capricorn, because you have that tenacity, that fastidiousness, that assiduousness that you apply when you are on your freaking grind, and you will cut everything off. You won't wash, you won't brush your, like if you really you will just go. Somebody gotta tell you, yo, go to bed. Yo, come on, clean up. We gotta clean up. Yo, come on, let's take a shower. Let's go. You've been on this, working on this for 3 days now, and you ain't even brushed your teeth. Yo, go brush it. Like it is that dogged. It's that it's that tenacity. You know, that you apply to whatever it is that's why you are the boss of the zodiac, and that's why you implement that energy, and so you've accomplished the things that you've wanted as a result of putting your head in the dirt and grinding. But the thing is now the challenge is like you may not be grateful because you look around and you may not have anybody to share it with, and that's because you've been so focused and so busy that you haven't nurtured your relationships. Okay, so what the universe wants you to do is tap into this numinous energy. Now, this numinous energy talks about, let's see, psychic abilities, the cosmos, oneness, source, shadow work, inner work. So you're gonna have to basically take a stop and look at why you've done this, why you've separated yourself. Some of you grind it and you're successful. Some of you, you're not successful. You just separating yourself from people. You're really not messing with people. And so it may come a point where you need somebody and you need something, but you don't have anyone to call. And so that could be what's going on too. But I do feel like for some of you, you've accomplished your goals, but it's like you ain't got nobody to share it with. And that's a lonely feeling. I've been there. Clarify this master energy. We got that clarified with the widower energy. So some of you may be separating yourselves because you're mourning the loss of a relationship. Okay? Maybe you're going through some changes and you and your partner split up. And so, or maybe your partner passed away. And so you're isolating yourself from the world. You're not communicating with anybody because this is the way that you're processing. This is the way that you're grieving. And so, for some of you, you're not nurturing your relationships. It's like you said, okay, goodbye to relationships of all sorts. Putting the reef down. All that's dead. Let's see what's the challenge with being grateful here. So whatever it was that you were, striving for, you've accomplished it. Maybe your goal was just to keep people away from you. You've accomplished it. So now, what is the problem? Why are you not grateful? You have there's an issue with being grateful here. All right, so we have the delivery brown. What does it say? Yeah, delivery brown. So that's clarifying grateful. So let's see what that means. That's a color. Delivery brown. There's the colors. So delivery brown talks about being impatient, eager, and restless. So the challenge is you're not grateful. You're so focused on what it is that you want that you're not stopping to smell the roses is what's going on. You're not stopping to smell the roses. You're not communicating with anybody. You're not reaching out to anybody. And then you're wondering why in the end it's like, yo, I don't got nobody. That's what I'm getting here. So what you would need to do to resolve this is you need to look and see why you're isolating yourself from people. Why do you do this? Why do you get in this mode where it's just like you don't want to deal with people, you don't want to mess with them, you don't want to talk to them? Why do you get in this mode? Why do you say, and it's to the extreme though, because yeah, you can go out here and make it on your own and things like that, but in the end, nobody can make it through the entire span of their life alone. As in, I'm not saying as in a relationship, as far as intimacy and sex. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, somebody who's there to support you, having friends, family members or somebody just to walk through life with. Like some of you are on this extreme shit. Like you're like literally on some monk shit. All right, where you up in the mountains, metaphorically, but you've isolated yourselves from people. You've gotten to your whatever your spirituality is, or you started, studying and on your grind, whether you're trying to get your degree, whether you're trying to get it, whatever it is that you're on a mission for, you've turned into, like, the way you go about your mission, you've turned into somebody who's just like, that's all I'm focused on. I don't care about anything else. Like the monk, he doesn't care about materialistic things. He doesn't care about any of that stuff. He's just focused on the mission. Okay? The mission. You see you got the skull down here. What else is on here? Yeah, and you got you see you have the time here. It's like not even keeping conscious of the time really. Well, it's there to just let you know to a certain extent. But in the background we have this crown, as in you wanting to master whatever it is that you're accomplishing or you're trying to accomplish. And so in the meantime, your relationships have all died off. Clarify this numinous energy here. Yeah, we have, okay, so this is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is is this the Knight? Or is this the Page? I keep forgetting. Hold on. I'm just going to take the top one. How about that? This is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is all about establishing solid, stable connections, okay? You are really going to have to figure out how to do that. So you're going to have to go within. You're going to have to search within, spend some time figuring out, okay, how can I establish, stable, successful, fulfilling relationships with people, okay? Clarify this death energy here, this widower energy. Yeah, clarify with the Queen of Cups. Like you said, bye to emotions. Like you buried your emotions. Like this is you burying them. Putting a tombstone on it, saying peace. Like that's what some of you are doing. It's like you checked out of society. And, some of you really just not dealing with no one at all. Alright, let's get some clarity on this brown energy here. So there's an energy here of impatience. So you're impatient, you're eager, you're restless. And so as a result, you're not able to sit down and be grateful for the people who are in your life, or the people who helped you, or the people who want to support you. Yeah, see, we got the Six of Cup energy in reverse. It's like you left these people behind in the past. Or you have unrealistic expectations about what to do, what to expect. It's like you're not communicating with anybody. How do you expect them to know what's up with you? Know that you need somebody, or know that, This is kind of, okay, so yeah, we have the Two of Diamonds. This is the Two of Pentacles. So this is about you prioritizing and balancing everything out. Okay, yeah, there's time for work, but then you got to have time for relationships too. Everything can't just be all work. Or everything can't just be all your spiritual studies. You got to come out the lab sometime. Like some of y'all in the lab, and y'all been in the lab for a minute. So long that if you were to peek your head out, there's nobody around. And some of you are wondering, okay, well, why is nobody around? Why? What's going on? The reason is because you are the one, you got unrealistic expectations of what people's supposed to be doing. You're not keeping in contact with people. You're not reaching out to them. It's, the one of those things where, say you reach out, say you run into somebody you ain't seen in a minute, but you used to talk to this person on a regular basis. And you know how, well, you don't ever call nobody. It's like, well, you don't call me neither. Like, that conversation shouldn't even, I can't stand that conversation. I can't stand when people say that. You don't call nobody. Like, you don't got my phone number? Don't even come at me like that. Just come at me like, yo, what's up? I ain't seen you in a minute. We should connect more. Don't come at me like, well, you don't call me, because I could say the same thing to you. Like, what is your point? What is that about? So I feel like, some of you might be running into them type of situations, especially if you're running into people from the past, or if you're looking to establish, some of you want to be intimate. You want to connect with someone, and it's like, okay, well, where's everybody at? Well, you ain't established no connections. You ain't kept in contact with people. You ain't returned no calls. You ain't returned no emails. You ain't sent no calls. You ain't made no, you ain't sent no emails. You ain't made no calls. And it's not that it's just you, but it's like you expect people to, it's like a 50-50 thing, right? Is what I'm getting here. So that's what I feel like is going on with some of you in your personal world. It's like you too focused on whatever it is that you were focused on, and you forgot to establish relationships. You have to have a balance. Yeah, you can work, but yeah, it's, you gotta have fun too. Look at, this is somebody who doesn't have fun. They don't have fun at all. They just focus on their grind. And it's like day in, day out, day in, day out. Like, that's why the time thing is there. It's like day in, day out. Now, this is Saturn energy. Now, Saturn is going into retrograde. So now what may be going on for some of you is now you're going to stop and look at, okay, am I doing too much? Am I working too much? Because Saturn is all about constriction. It's all about seriousness. It's all about focus. It's the disciplinary. But some of you, because you got Saturn energy in your chart, so some Capricorns, or, if you got certain placements of Saturn, it makes you very dry, very restrictive, very... So, for example, if you got Saturn in your 8th house, you could be celibate for a very long time and it would not bother you. But yet, you may want to at one point have intimate connection with people, right? Because the opposite energy of Capricorn is Cancer. So it's like you are a loving person. You do want to connect with people, but it's like once you get focused, it's just like you're on your shit. You're on your grind. And yeah, the material things come from that, and you have that. You got it. You got a place. You got a car. You got all of that. Money in the bank, investments, nice clothes, everything. But it's hard for you to be grateful about that because you don't really have a connection with anybody. For some of you, you don't even have like a stable connection with your kids. Like, they barely see you. Your family members barely see you. So you gotta, make more time for them. Let's talk about career, money, and finance. So the card that comes up here is what is this? Articulation. All right, and the energies with this is Gemini, all right, which is ruled by Mercury. That's a symbol for Mercury. And then we have Cancer, the symbol for Cancer, and then the moon. All right, so this card is talking about articulation. All right, so about expressing your feelings, expressing your emotions. What is it that's bothering you? You see how he's going over. This is Mercury. Mercury's all about communication. Going over to Cancer. Cancer's got all this emotion going on. And Mercury's like, look, talk to me. What's going on? Express yourself. Right? This is in your career, money, and finance sector. The challenge is you're irritated. Okay? And the way to resolve that irritation is to tap into the Neptune energy. So you got the Neptune energy and the Nominus energy. Let me tell you what the Nominus energy is. You know how, this is for those of you who are spiritually inclined, you're into astrology, you understand it. But for those who don't, I'll try to explain it in a very simple way. And just take into consideration the way I explain things. If I explain it where it's very direct and to the point, it does not take away from the depth of what really is going on and all the intricacies involved. I'm just trying to give you the quick and dirty version of it so that you have a concept of what's going on. But it's way deeper than what it is, okay? So with the Nominus energy, you have the 12 signs. The first sign represents Aries. The very last sign represents Pisces. Well, the numinous energy represents, because Pisces is when a cycle ends. Aries is when the cycle begins. So it begins at Aries, it goes around in the circle, and it ends at Pisces. Well, it starts here at Aries, goes around, and then it ends here at Pisces, right? This is Pisces. This is Aries. There's energy in between Pisces and Aries, where the soul comes to an end, and then you go into the void before you're reincarnated back into the world to start over again with your Aries energy. The soul starts over in the Aries cycle, or similar to that, but the soul itself goes through the cycle, all right? And so that numinous energy is that energy where, you've passed away, you've passed on, and now you are, in that in-between stage where you're about to come back into and reincarnate. That's Pisces energy and Aries energy combined, right? Um, and so here we have Pisces energy, which is ruled by Neptune. Now, Neptune's about to go in retrograde at the end of the month. So what Neptune to me is about is the creative imagination, but it also applies to illusion, like people painting pictures about certain things, or giving the ideology or trying to put it out there that it's really one way. Well, when Neptune goes in retrograde, the rose-colored glasses come off. So we have to deal with the reality of the situation. We may have painted an illusion ourselves to fool ourselves because we didn't want to deal with the pain of the situation or the reality of it. Well, when Neptune goes in retrograde, those glasses come off. So we see what's going on with you see what's going on with yourself, what you be lying to yourself about, and what others may be lying to you about, what they may be embellishing about, or what they may have been hiding. You also see people's true intention. This is all about the hidden enemy when you're talking about the 12th house and Neptune and Pisces. So for some of you, you're seeing people for who they truly are. You're realizing, oh, you're really not my friend. So when it comes to career, money, and finance, there could be something going on here that's frustrating you. Let's get some clarity on that and find out what this could be. All right. What is this in reference to career, money, and finance that's bothering the masculine energy of Earth, the Earth gods, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn men. Okay, we have wedding. So this could be you married to your work. Okay, underneath it, after wedding came birth. Now, this doesn't have to actually be a child, but for some of you it could be. Okay, because we are dealing with Cancerian energy. Cancerian energy is the mother, the nurturing figure, right? And then we have a child here, and then we have marriage here. So for some of you, it could be that, maybe you found out that your wife or your girlfriend is pregnant. All right, and now the next step is this type of thing, or maybe your wife or your girlfriend wants marriage. This is affecting your career, money, and finance because of the fact that now you're going to have to provide for a family. Now, if it's not about a family, a traditional family, and having children or anything like that, this could just be, the child energy could represent a new beginning. And it could represent the fact that you could be married to your job. You could be married to anything with that wedding energy. Or maybe your wife is complaining that, or your girl is complaining that you ain't never home. You always at work. She got a child. She may need help taking care of the children. She can't do it all herself. You out here on the grind, so you can't help her. You taking care of the home or the family or what have you as far as finances. But she may need help. She may feel overwhelmed. She could have just had a child and could be going through postpartum. What do they call it? Postpartum. I forget what it's called. But, when women, sometimes they go through a depression after they have a child. I'm not sure what that's all about because I've not had a child. But a lot of women have this problem where they get depressed after they have a child. It can go away. Some people may need treatment for it. But this could be what she's going through. She could just be stressed and overwhelmed. But like I said, if this is not about a child, this could be about new beginnings. Okay? New beginnings in reference to your job, maybe married to your job, maybe if it's just, maybe she wants to take things to the next level and you're not ready yet, or you're trying to figure that out. Because with the Mercury energy here, you're trying to communicate, or you're trying to get her to communicate. So you see that she's upset or she's frustrated, and maybe you don't know what it is, or know why. And so you're trying to understand, because Mercury is all about understanding as well. So you could be in a position where you're trying to understand someone's emotions, or someone is trying to understand yours. But I feel like the key is that you have to express it. You have to articulate. You have to communicate what it is that's going on, so that someone can help you. The challenge is you're irritated. Okay, so let's get some clarity on the irritation here. So maybe that's why you can't express yourself, or because you're irritated, or you're so irritated to the point where it's just like, okay, maybe it's because you haven't said anything, or maybe somebody's not listening. You know how it's like, yo, I said it 20 times when you wasn't listening, and I'm not gonna say it again. It could be one of those type of energies, but irritated, okay, so somebody, okay, somebody got the shark energy. Alright, so that's giving me energy of somebody snapping at somebody. You see the shark is on the phone, right? I don't know if the shark is letting somebody have it, or somebody letting the shark have it, but let's see. Somebody getting it. So yeah, aggressive, danger, warning. So somebody is irritated, okay, but it could be a warning. Okay, so it could be that somebody's overwhelmed at their job, overworked, overwhelmed, or it could be that there is somebody who's doing both, trying to hold down a family. It could be that, maybe your woman works too, and maybe it's difficult for her to work and try to hold down a family. But there's something in reference to that here. All right. Now let's take a look at what the universe is saying the solution could be. So the solution is dreams, Neptune energy. So for some of you, this is all about listening to your dreams, okay? Because your dreams you may get the solution to the issue or the problem in your dreams, okay? So pay attention to your dreams. Let me see where Neptune is. Neptune's in Pisces, but let me see where it is for everybody. Hold on, let me look at my chart. Okay, so Taurus, 12, 11. So Taurus, Neptune is in your 11th house. Okay, so this is the house of you in group environments, you in organizational environments. So it could be about the workplace. Maybe you work for an organization that helps the public or the collective. But this could just be about, your social life. So some of you, maybe you need to go out and have some fun. You could be working, taking care of the kids, doing everything, and you need to have some fun. That also relates to this situation here. So some of you just need to get out and have some fun. Maybe you need to take your woman out. She probably stressed and want to go out, and she ain't seeing you. You working, busting your ass. She's stressed. Maybe the kids are overwhelming her, or she's just had a child. She could be going through some things. Everybody's irritated and frustrated, so everybody's yelling at everybody and, being nasty and mean to one another. When, maybe you just need to take a time out, because the Neptune energy is all about taking a time out. It's also about tapping into the creative imagination. The movie theater rules, Neptune rules the movies. So maybe you guys have a movie night, okay? Whether you go out to the movies, or whether you just get a babysitter, or you plan date night and you do something fun, right? But let's clarify this in it, because I wanted to see. Okay, so for Taurus, it was your your 11th house. So the 11th house is the house of Aquarius. That's the house of forward movement, future movement, long-term goals. So maybe in the future, what you guys do from now on is you set up a date night. Maybe 2 nights out of the month, every other Friday or every other Saturday. That's gonna be date night. Y'all gonna do whatever you want to do. You're gonna do something fun. Right? You're gonna put work to the side. You're gonna get a babysitter for the kids, and it's just gonna be y'all, right? Or if you're not married and you're not in a relationship and you're married to your job, it's time for something new. It's time for a new beginning. That's what this baby represents. And you could be overstressed, and it's time for you to get out and meet people, or get out and mingle. All right. Now, Virgo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Virgo, this is your 7th house. So this is about, getting out and connecting with people, establishing relationships. So this could be you as well, in that energy where it's like all you do is focus on work. Because Virgo is the worker of the zodiac. So some of you, that's all you do is fucking work. Okay? Earth signs, that's how y'all get down. Y'all just work, 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 because you're a manifester of the material realm. So this is why you're inclined to work and put that energy in more so than any other sign. Not that everybody doesn't work, everybody does, but it's like there's a connection with it that you have that other signs don't have. That they don't have that same connection. Okay? And then Capricorn, Pisces is your third house. Okay? So that's all about changing your mindset and your views on things and changing your lifestyle. The third house deals with your lifestyle, your friends, having a social life. Okay? That's the same thing with you, Taurus, having a social life. All right? Getting a new set of friends. So with the Neptune, yeah, we got the Ace of Swords. Yeah, that's facts. What I just said to you is facts. Plain and simple. So we got 2 cards there. Let's get one more here for these. All right, so we got the 4 of Swords energy in reverse. Yeah, some of you not getting no sleep. So some of y'all need some rest. You overdoing it. Everybody's overdoing it. You need rest. For sure. All right, that's for sure. So that's what that Neptune energy is about too with the dream. Some of you need rest so that you have a clear mind with the Ace of Swords. You could think clearly, you could think logically. You're not irritated and frustrated when you communicate. You're able to articulate your thoughts clearly. Some of you need some rest. It's this sharp energy. All right, we got the 2 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Yeah, see? So this is all about, you guys rekindling, connecting with people, getting out there, dating. This is also a single mom here, or not a single mom, but for some of you, it could be, maybe you're not with your child's mother, and maybe she's just stressed and aggravated. You trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with her. What can you do to help? Maybe take the kids, or give her a couple dollars and let her go treat herself, get a massage or something like that. There's nothing wrong with doing that for your child's mother, even though you're not with her, if y'all have a good rapport. It's tough to be, even though you're co-parenting, you should still support each other, and because you guys have such an effect on your kids' mental state, your mental state has an effect on your kids' mental state. You know what I'm saying? So if you see she's stressed out, she's struggling, she just had another baby, you guys just had a baby, but you're not together like that. Women go through postpartum depression and things like that. Maybe, treat her to get her a gift certificate to get her a massage. A 60 hour, a 6 hour, what is it? Not 60 hours, but a 1 hour massage. You know what I'm saying? Or give her some money to go get a manicure, a pedicure, or something that she likes, something that she can do. She can have some fun. It doesn't involve the children. It's something that she can do to just try to relax and relate, because you don't want your child's mother like this. You don't want her like this, and you ain't got to be sleeping with her or be in a relationship with her to make sure that her mental is straight. All right, because she's raising your children. All right, you want her mental to be straight. You want her to be on point so that your children will be on point. Okay? Facts. Give her that respect. So there's the Queen of Pentacles. And then the third card that came out was the Chariot energy. It's like it may be difficult to move on, but you still have to go on anyway. A lot of times it's like we don't have time to rest. We still got it. Bills still got to be paid. Kids still need to eat. They need to get to school. They got to do, you know what I mean? So it's still hard to move on and get the things that you need, but you got to take time out. So that's what I feel is showing up here. It's about taking time out. Let's get a clarifier for this, and then we'll move on to the next situation here. All right. So, yeah, we got the King of Swords, Aquarius energy, the Ace of Swords. Okay? So this is Pisces, Aquarius energy. So this is all about forward movement. This is about coming up with new ideas, because Neptune rules idealism, coming up with new ways to cope. Okay, let's figure out how we can do this. Let's alternate, like if you're not together, let's alternate where I have the kids, whatever way we set it up as far as our arrangements. You know what I mean? Let me take some time and let the kids come over, even if I can't, keep them 100%. They can come over and stay at my mom's house while the kid's mother goes off for the weekend and she just, does something for her. Something like that. Sit down and talk to her and find out what's up with her. You know what I'm saying? That way you know where her head is at, and you know that, whatever you need to do to help her, she got your back, and you got her back. And just her knowing that will put her in a state of ease where, she'd be like, okay, let me just talk to him and let him know what's going on with me. Maybe he can help me to come up with some type of solution. I'm stressed, I'm aggravated. She may not know how to express that to you. She may not think that you care, and maybe some of you didn't to a certain extent until I explained it in the way that I did. But this is someone who's raising your children, so you always want her mental to be good. You always want her spirit to be as in good shape. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a negative effect on your children if it's not. And we all know as adults now, a lot of the shit that happened to us that we're trying to cope with had a lot to do with our family situation, how we grew up, what was going on. So take that into consideration. Now, the next section we have is your love life, your family life, your social life. So we have the question of the grail. So this is the Pisces energy I was just talking to you about, and the Aquarius energy I was just talking to you about. Down here is Neptune. Down here is Uranus. All right? I just talked to you about that. The King of Swords is Aquarius. And then we got the Neptune energy that rules Pisces. So this is reiterating. This energy is reiterating. And then I told you about the Numinous energy, which is the Pisces and Aries energy between, in between reincarnations. So we got that Holy Grail energy, right? And then the challenge is being proud. What you would need to do to resolve that energy of being proud or not being proud is to tap into the Libra energy. Let's get clarity on this. All right. This is your love life, your social life, your family life. Okay, so let's see what we got going on. Oh, first of all, let's my bad. Let's see what this Grail energy is. 101. 101. Okay, it's called the question of the Grail. So this card says, the question of salvation, eternal search, lost knowledge, the objective consciousness, or the objective unconscious, the depths of archetype, the original cause, search for God. Interesting it says that. Don't this look like the same type of energy? Don't it look like the same type of energy? Alright, so for some of you, if it's not about you on the grind, you're on a spiritual journey right now. You're going through transformation. You're trying to tap in and find out what's going on. And that's what this card is representing. So this says you are pursuing the wrong question. And that means you often end up falling flat on your face. You stare into the colorful lights of subjectivity and want to use this question to arrive at a specific answer. This can only mislead you, cause you to run in circles. Clarity or clarify the fact that you have to find questions which don't, what is it saying? Which don't focus on, okay. So basically, this is saying don't ask questions that focus on you, which is really weird the way this is worded. It says this can only mislead you. For example, cause you to run in circles. Clarify the fact that you have to find a question which doesn't focus on you anymore. So I guess this is not about you, basically. So stop focusing on you and your needs and start thinking about the collective as a whole or the people that you're dealing with. So for example, you know how it's like I, me. You know why? Because you spend too much time alone. You're not connecting with people. That's one thing that I do know from being by myself. Like living alone, being by myself, not fucking with anybody. I have to go out into society every once in a while. Because what happens is that helps me to take my mind off of me. When you are constantly just focused on what you want and nobody else, it gets boring after a while. Because you get tired of being in your own head, only focusing on you. So that's one of the drawbacks of not connecting with people and not having relationships. Because the only thing you're going to think about is you. And so when you tap in, Your perspective is only coming from you, and the universe is telling you it's not about you. Everything's not about you. The challenge is you may be, in a position where you're looking for someone to pat you on the back because of your accomplishments or things like that. And it's like, that's okay. But the thing is that with the Libra energy, you still got to learn how to relate to other people. So these two relate. It's like, yeah, you accomplished your goals. Like I said, you have a problem being grateful. You got everything that you need for most of you, but yet you're still not happy. Why? Because you're focused on you, and your own. You got everything you need already. You just have to look at it from a different perspective. This was a very deep spiritual message for you guys, because some of y'all are going through transformation right now. You cut off a lot of people. You cut off karmic connections and things like that, and you're on this journey. And so you have to start looking at things from a different perspective. Yeah, because you're gonna get depressed after a while. Why don't I have this? Why is it that? Why can't I? Why is that I don't? Why can't I? What is it about me? Blah, blah, blah. The universe wants you to stop focusing on you. Okay? The challenge is being proud. Let's get some clarity on that. The challenge is you don't feel victorious, you don't feel accomplished, you don't feel that you've mastered what you were supposed to master because it hurts. That's why. You're in pain. Because you've cut off people, places, and things. Like some of you have cut off people, places, and things that have hurt you, and it's to the point where you haven't healed from that. And so now you're isolating yourself from everybody because you're concerned about, I don't trust people. I'm not going to open up to no one because people ain't going to do nothing but shit on me or take advantage of me, or you're still raw from what you came out of. And so for some of you, as you're going through your journey, you're asking about me, why? Why can't I? Or it could be like, why, poor me, why did this happen to me? What did people do to me? And I feel like the universe is telling you, if you keep doing this, you're just going to stay in a depressive state. What you need to focus on is what you could have done differently. Or, as far as, maybe you saw some red flags that you ignored. Why did you ignore it? You're asking the wrong questions. That's what the Holy Grail is telling you. You're asking the wrong questions. You could be coming at it from a victim mode. Like, people did you dirty, right? And then you're like, oh, okay, this person did me wrong. They did A, B, and C, and D. But what the universe is not, the universe is like, okay, yeah, they did you wrong, but what I want you to focus on is, weren't there some red flags that led you to believe that this person was going to, deceive you? Stop and think about it. Stop and think about it. Did you not see any red flags? And if you say yes, then it's like, that's the answer to your question. So as a result, moving forward now, you're going to be like, okay, if I see somebody and I see a red flag, this time I'm not going to ignore that shit because I know where that shit led me in the past. Now if I see a red flag, I'm going to at least stop, take heed to that, and then I'm going to check in with my higher self and see, okay, how do I want to pursue this, or how do I want to move forward? Instead of looking at a situation like, oh, they did me wrong, they did this to me, they did that to me, they should, and they very well could have. They very well did you wrong. They very well did shit on you. They did you dirty. Absolutely. No denying that. But now you have to come out of victim mode, all right, and empower yourself to be into survivor mode. Like, yeah, okay, I went through that. Yeah, I got shitted on. Yeah, they did me dirty, and I understand what part I played in that. I could have been a little bit more smarter. I should have left them alone when I thought about it, when I really seen what was going on, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt. That's my fault because they didn't deserve it, but I made that choice. I'm going to eat that. And, you got to take that type of attitude. Other than that, you're always going to be depressed. And so as a result, you don't feel proud about coming out of those relationships. Once you do, you will. But once you come out of victim mode, you will feel differently. Clarify this proud energy. Because Taurus, I know y'all was going through it too. All right? Capricorn, you was going through it as well because you got Pluto in your first house. So y'all was definitely going through transformative states. Pisces, you were getting it from a different angle. You were getting it from your opposite polarity. Virgo, you were getting it from the opposite polarity of Pisces. Because Pisces got Neptune and Jupiter there. Jupiter, I think, is now in Aries. But yeah, you were getting it from the opposite side. So, the proud energy, and then volcano. Clarify this volcano energy. That's the environment around you. Alright? So, the environment around you is like a volcano. So with the volcano energy, we're looking at bursts, surges, explode. So you should be, so I feel like what you should be is you should be proud that you've come out of these connections. Even though it was painful, even though it was frustrated, you should be proud that you went through what you went through, you recognized it for what it was, and you survived. Because some of y'all wasn't supposed to survive. A lot of us, our lives we're not supposed to be here right now. Some of us, the way our karma was set up and our situation was set up, if we didn't leave these situations we were in, some of us would have lost our lives. And so you need to look at the accomplishment of you going through what you're going through. You went through what you went through and you fucking survived that shit. When a lot of people didn't. A lot of people lost their lives in this karmic shift. I just got a call about a friend who passed away this weekend. This karmic shift is no joke. People are dying right and left. If you don't know that, turn on the news. You need to be thankful that you came out of some of the shit you came out of. Because it could be worse. You could still be in it. So, you just got to change your perspective. And the Libra energy is, trying to connect and relate with people. Now what you have to do is now you know better. Now you know how to connect and relate to people. Look at the lessons learned, look at the red flags, and understand, okay, now I know better. So now I can go out into the world and I can relate and connect with people on a different level now because I'm wiser. I'm smarter. I know how to politic now. I know when someone's politicking with me. Yeah, here's the 7 of Cups. They can't fool me now. Or now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop and I'm going to look at the red flags like I told you. I'm going to stop and I'm going to look at these red flags that's going on here. And I'm going to make sure that I'm legit before I move forward. Or they legit before I move forward. That's all it is. It's easier said than done, but that's the process. Okay? Clarify the 7 of Cups. Yeah, with the 8 of Cups. And if they ain't right, I'm walking away. Instead of sticking around trying to make it work. Trying to be a people pleaser. All right? Walk away. If you see the red flags, now you know. And now you will. Period, point blank. I wanted to clarify that volcano energy. Because this is, being proud of what you went through. Being proud that you came out. Because with Pluto and Capricorn right now, Pluto is not no joke. Pluto is about transformation. And it's about death of everything. Death of the ego. Death of a relationship the way that it was. Death of a mindset that you may have had. And so as a result, it could have been death of a relationship. Okay? Moving on. Letting relationships, here we go. Letting relationships go. Some people that you really truly cared about. Some of y'all had to isolate yourself from these people. You had to. These were people from the past that you grew up with. Okay? Childhood friends, things like that. Some of you had to let these people go, and it was very difficult for you to do so. But you did it. And so with this 2 of Pentacle energy in reverse, this is the Capricorn energy. It's like you have to realize what's important here. What's the priority here? You're the priority. When this is in reverse, you're not putting yourself as the priority. When it's upright, you're putting yourself as the priority. All right? So for some of you, that's what you need to concentrate on and you need to look at. Sometimes it's just all about changing your perspective. And that's why Mercury's in retrograde right now. So you can look at things like that. Like, okay, damn, what did I go through? Why was I thinking that way? Why did I allow that to go down? Why didn't I see that coming when I saw it coming? Why didn't I act differently? You know what I'm saying? Question yourself about why you didn't do. Don't worry about what they did. They did what they did. As long as you came out of the situation, they can't fuck with you no more. If you're still in the situation, then it's a problem. You need to come up out of it. So with the despair, yeah, the 7 of Swords in reverse, you see them for who they are. You see it for what it is now. It's revealed to you with the 7 of Swords in reverse. It has been revealed. And this is what the Holy Grail is. So when you go into your zone, trying to figure out what's going on, what the universe is replying back to you is, look at it from a different perspective. If you don't, you're going to stay depressed, you're going to stay in despair, you're going to stay depressed, you're going to stay in despair. Now, I've just revealed to you with the 7 of Swords in reverse what it is that you should be focusing on. So you should be proud of the fact that you got out of these situations, all right? And that, you were able to celebrate the fact that you have moved on, you survived this shit. And the next thing you need to do is understand that you are the priority. Focus on the priorities. right? So when you go out here and you connect with people, because some of y'all isolated, y'all ain't connecting, you working, burying yourself in work or whatever. When you go out here and you connect with these people and you politic with these people, they can't fool you no more with the Seven of Cups. And if they act suspect and you see something crazy, the first thing you're going to do is run. The end. Now, let's take a look at some divine timing cards. Let's get one more. 1 week ago. So something significant about these situations about a week ago. Sag season. All right, so Sag season is November 20th, November 21st through December 20th, December 21st. All right, that's Sag season. So that's definitely covering Thanksgiving season. So around Thanksgiving, okay? And then we got Halloween. So we got October, November. Because October is Scorpio season. Halloween is Scorpio season. Right after Scorpio season comes Sag season. So this could have been last fall in reference to these situations. Or this could be this coming fall. Alright, so some of this could be future. But for some of y'all it was a year ago. Or it is a year from now. Excuse me, a year from now. So some of this could be going on a year from now, or something significant could snap in reference to these situations a year from now. Now, let's take a look at your money. Since you've been busting it, for some of y'all been in the lab busting your ass. Let's see what's going on with your money. So if you got any extra money coming in besides your regular monthly income, we're going to see what it is. If you spending more money than your normal regular bills, we're going to see what that is. All right, let's see what your money situation is looking like. Home repairs. Everybody's getting home repairs. So you know what I'm thinking this is? Because I think damn, did everybody get home? At least 2 others got home repairs. So I did the goddesses and the gods of fire. I did the goddesses and the gods of air. This is the 3rd time this card has come out. So a lot of people doing home repairs. So it could be patio, getting everything ready for the summer season if you in the States. Maybe getting the ACs in, getting the AC checked. It could be that type of thing going on for you. Some of you could be renovating. The weather's warm enough now where you could finish the projects you had on the house that you were doing. So some of you could be doing that. Okay, we got late mortgage, late rent payments. Somebody might be a little behind in rent, or somebody's trying to catch up in rent and mortgage payments. All right, or trying to make sure they don't get behind. All right. And then we have acquisitions and mergers. Okay, so some of you could be having your head in grinding because you could be involved with some type of acquisition or merger with your company or the company that you work for. Okay, so that could be why you got your head and you're grinding and grinding and grinding. That could be it. All right. Underneath the deck, we have financial advisor and broker. So some of you may be talking to someone in reference to finances, figuring out how to invest, or how to make your money work smarter for you so you ain't got to work so hard. All right, so that could be what's going on with you guys with your money. Now, let's talk about love. Now, when I talk about love, I'm talking about a romantic interest. This could be anything from somebody you got a crush on, to somebody you having a one-night stand with, a situationship with, to somebody you married to and got kids with, and y'all been together 50 years and y'all got great grands. Every single situation, okay? For some of you, this could be about somebody you're no longer with. Just take what resonates, and if it don't resonate, then leave it be. Don't try to make it resonate. You gotta sit here like, that don't make no sense. Then it ain't for you. Just leave that part alone, alright? Boom. Okay, we got 4 cards. Stability. So whatever you're in, it could last the test of time. Alright? So that could be a good thing, or it could be a bad thing. If you're in a fucked up relationship and you stay in it and you don't leave, this is as best it's gonna get, and it's gonna stay like this as long as you stay in it. If it's a good relationship, you just met someone and things are going well, or you're in a loving relationship right now, the universe is letting you know that this can last. So it just depends on what's going on with your relationship. Know that whatever you're in, it can last as long as you participate. Trust. It's safe to trust in this situation. So for some of you, like I said, you need to listen to your intuition. We were talking about this, especially if you're dating someone. Some of you are meeting someone. Some of you met someone and you're a little nervous and apprehensive. Okay? Or some of you, you're afraid to go out there because you know you're gonna meet someone. You can feel it. And you may not be quite ready because you have not healed from the past situation. And again, that's all about changing your perspective on it. Okay? Coming out of victim mode and going into empowerment mode. Now, some of y'all, what were we talking about all this time? Red flags, right? So, when you meet new people, when you go out and your intuition goes off, trust it. Trust that whatever you're seeing is going to be stable, as in that's the way it's going to be. So if this person is showing you that they two-timing you, or they always lying, you catching them in a lie, or, you can't get them to communicate, or, they're very childish, or just some bullshit, just know that that's what it is with them. That's their package, okay? So as a result, that's a red flag. Trust your gut on it, and when you communicate with them and you see shit ain't right, you ate a cup it. Walk away. Right? Don't get stuck in it trying to figure it out, trying to people please with the Libra energy and trying to figure them out while they sitting around dogging you and doing you dirty. Nah. Then we got finances. All right, so like I said, for some of you, financial situation is affecting your connection. Some of you work too damn much, or you need to take a break. All right. Underneath the deck, we have addictions. An addiction is affecting this relationship. Some of you, it could be work addiction, okay? And that's why your relationships are suffering, all right? Or it could be some other type of addiction. The Capricorn energy deals with, physical addictions, addictions that you get in the physical realm. So food, sex, money, gambling, whatever your addiction is. All right, some of you, that's what you're dealing with, and you're trying to come up out of that energy as well. Or your addiction got you into some of these suspect relationships, and that's what you need to accept as well. Okay, some of you don't understand why did this happen to me? Half of the time you was high and drunk. That could be the main reason why half of it happened. That's for some, not for everybody. All right, so let's get you an oracle card. Okay, well, nah, I wasn't ready. Deep knowing came out. And it came out in reverse. So for some of you, this is you not trusting your intuition. All right? Not listening to your intuition. Not spending enough time by yourself and trusting what it is that you're hearing and what you're feeling. All right? Deep knowing. Let's get one more for you. Some of you know what time it is, but it may be a hard pill to swallow. Some of you know that some of the situations you were in, you played a part in it. And once you accept that and you understand what the part is that you played, the universe is going to consider your karmic debt cha-ching paid. And now what's going to happen is you're going to be introduced to people who you are going to be in a position where you're going to be able to see if there's a red flag, and then you're going to duck and dive it. All right, dodge it. Some of y'all are meeting somebody, though, and you're scared. But you're meeting somebody that you're supposed to be connecting with. Some of you got people coming back from the past, and you already know it's Mercury retrograde, so you know that is a no-no. Mercury retrograde is about bringing closure to anything that came back to you because it was unresolved. Now we got Pluto in retrograde as well, and Saturn now Pluto and Saturn both in retrograde. Saturn is going in retrograde on June 2nd. Both of these planets deal with past life karma. All right, so what's going to be going on is all summer these planets are going to be in retrograde. You're going to be tested. I'm going to need you to know this. You're like, God damn, again? Yes, that is why we're here. To learn and to experience and to make sure that we learned. This is a big ass classroom. That's why we in the lab. So we can make sure we get the assignments right. So when the test comes down and Saturn in retrograde and Pluto in retrograde says, okay, this is somebody from your past life. You didn't pass this in the past life. We introduced it to you again in this life. Yeah, you got away from them, but here they come again. Or you know what? I want to make sure you learned this lesson. So maybe I won't send the same person. Maybe I'll just send the same energy in a different person. And I'm going to see if you recognize it and if you walk away from it or not. This is what we going through. This is what some of us going through. All right. So Saturn and Pluto, and they in the house right next to each other. Saturn is in Capricorn. Pluto, I'm sorry, Capricorn has Pluto in it. Aquarius has Saturn in it, and they're right next to each other. So look at your Capricorn house and your Aquarius house, and that's where your karmic energy is going to be in. What area of life that's in, so what house that's in, that's where your karmic lessons are going to be. All that glitters. So everything that look good ain't good. So that's one of the things y'all need to know, you know, your earth signs. So you're going to be attracted to the physical body, the physical beauty. All right? It ain't your beauty, it's your it ain't your booty, it's your beauty. I don't know why that came to me with Mike Epps. It ain't your booty, it's your beauty. But yo, they stupid. Anyway, this is what just came to me. But yeah, some of y'all need to know that. All right, be careful. All right, be careful. Don't just go after somebody for looks. Make sure they right in the head, okay, and pay attention to those red flags. Now, as far as you de-stressing, let's take a self-care card and see what you can do to de-stress, because some of y'all need to. Ooh. All right, we got two. The first card says self. Yeah, you need to take care of you, boo. So it says, if beating yourself up worked, you'd be thin, rich, and happy. Try loving yourself instead. So for some of you, this is what this energy was about too. You're asking the wrong questions, as in you're beating yourself up. And this is why you're going to be nothing but stressed. So you need to start looking at it from a different perspective, okay? Use the Mercury retrograde to your advantage. Use that Pluto retrograde to your advantage. Use that Saturn retrograde energy to your advantage. All right? But this is also about taking care of yourself. Like I said, for some of you, it could be that you and your woman, y'all may need to do something together. Maybe you both go get couples massages. You know, go for a walk, go out in nature, go for a walk, go by the water. You don't even have to talk. You both just chill and just get your energy out. Get that energy out. You know? And you'll be surprised at how you feel. Like, you spend about 20 minutes out there, you know, by the water if you can, or out and, you know, just going for a little walk. You ain't got to go too far in the woods, you know, but just go in just enough where you don't see any trees or anything like that. And just, you know, sit there. You don't have to talk with one another if you don't want to. If you do, then cool, chop it up. You know, get your emotions out, but do it in the outdoors. And I feel like it'll make you feel better. You know what I'm saying? But whatever you need to do to make you feel better, that's what you need to do. And some of you need to keep your energy up. It says, stop trying to please everyone. Everyone is a whole lot of people. Protect your energy. So remember I was telling you about that people-pleasing energy, you know? Because Libra in its negative form sometimes is a people pleaser. Why doesn't this person like me? With the Seven of Cups, why don't they like me? Come on. And you walk away, and then you come back. You walk away, and you come back, trying to figure it out, and bending over backwards for these people when they really don't give a fuck about you anyway. And that's the whole lesson. You know what I'm saying? For you to recognize that and then to step off. But, you know, for some of you, it took a little while, but you got it. All right, you good. You good. And so now it's time for you to heal and get your ass back out there, because it's summertime. And need to have some fun and take care of yourself. Take care of your health, okay? That's what I got for you, gods of Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, men, masculine energies. I hope that this provided some clarity or insight so that you can make the best decisions for you moving forward. If it resonated with you or someone you know, please click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you need a personal, my information's in the box below the video. Hit me up, all right? So I'm going to do the goddesses of Earth next. So if you want to check that out, give me about 10 minutes. I'm going to sage the area. I'm going to sage up the cards, and I will be back. So that'll be about 5 to 7 minutes. All right. I appreciate you guys checking out the video and supporting the channel. I'll see you in the next reading. Later, gods.